It looked like just another delivery van. But in the 1950s, this armored beast carried millions in cash and survived deadly ambushes. Built strong, trusted by banks, and feared by criminals, the International Harvester Metro was America's rolling fortress. Stick around, because the stories behind this van will blow your mind.
Number 7. The Peugeot D4B armoured van was France's unsung hero in the world of secure transport during the 1950s and 60s. Born from the practical Peugeot D4 panel van, the D4B was the upgraded version, tougher, more powerful, and perfect for conversion into an armoured cash carrier. The base D4B model came with a 1.6-litre four-cylinder petrol engine, delivering about 45 horsepower. That might sound modest today, but it was built for reliability and low-end torque. Exactly what you need when you're hauling not only heavy cash boxes, but also thick armour plating. The armoured D4Bs were fitted with steel panels of varying thicknesses, depending on the client's requirements, usually around 6 to 8 millimeters, which could stop small arms fire. Bullet-resistant glass replaced the standard windows, and the windshield was often split into smaller panes to add strength. Secure locking systems, including multiple deadbolts, made these vans difficult to breach. Some versions even had small gun ports, allowing security personnel to fire back if attacked. French cities had narrow streets and heavy traffic, which made large, American-style armoured trucks impractical. The D4B's compact size and front-wheel drive allowed it to navigate through tight alleys and congested roads, making it ideal for urban armoured transport. Who used it? French banks like Crédit Lyonnais and Société Générale. The French Post, La Poste, used armoured D4Bs to move valuable parcels and cash. Some government ministries used them for secret document transportation during tense Cold War times. In 1963, Lyon witnessed an infamous robbery attempt when a gang of armed men tried to hijack a D4B armoured van during a bank drop. Despite multiple rounds fired at the van, the reinforced bodywork held up. Eyewitnesses said the attackers were shocked that their weapons couldn't penetrate it. The van's crew stayed locked inside, radioed for help, and police caught the robbers soon after. This event turned the D4B into something of a legend in the French security world. While many D4Bs were decommissioned in the 1970s, a few still survive in private collections. Today, they're rare and highly collectible, especially the armoured variants, which were produced in much smaller numbers. Vintage car shows in France sometimes feature restored D4Bs, though most are the regular panel versions, not the armoured types. Because of their distinctive boxy shape and rounded grille, the D4Bs were nicknamed the Rolling Safes by their drivers. Some French cinema from the 60s even featured these vans in action scenes, portraying them as unbreakable fortresses on wheels. Number 6. The Renault Estafet started life as a light front-wheel drive van, launched in 1959. But by the mid-60s, as banks and cash transport companies needed more security, Renault's versatile Estafet became the base for armoured conversions. Unlike bigger armoured trucks, the Estafet offered agility. It was small enough to dart through the narrow streets of Paris, Lyon, and Marseille, but strong enough to carry armoured plating and cash payloads. Specs: armoured version. Engine: 1.1 to 1.3-litre petrol engine. 45 to 54 horsepower armour, 6 to 8 millimeter steel plating, resistant to handguns and light rifles, glass, bullet-resistant polycarbonate layers. Weight heavily increased from 1,200 kilograms. Stock to nearly 2,000 kilograms. Security: dual lock doors, internal locking systems, hidden compartments for high-value items. Front-wheel drive meant a flat cargo floor, ideal for carrying heavy safes and cash boxes. Compact size, perfect for congested European cities where big American trucks were too wide. Cost-effective, cheaper to operate than massive armoured lorries. French national banks for city cash deliveries. French post office PTT for transporting valuables, and mail sacks loaded with money orders. Private security firms like Brinks and Loomis operated modified Estafets in France and Belgium. In 1972, an Estafet armoured van was targeted in Nice, France, by a gang armed with pistols and shotguns. The van's armour withstood the gunfire, and thanks to the driver's quick thinking, accelerating through a narrow alley, the attackers failed. The police called it one of the most audacious but failed robbery attempts in the region. After that, Estafet armoured vans gained a bit of a lucky charm status among security crews. Today, surviving armoured Estafets are extremely rare. Most were scrapped after retirement because their added weight stressed the chassis over time. Enthusiasts hunt for them as unique relics of France's armoured vehicle history. At classic car shows in France, when an armoured Estafet appears, it always draws attention. People remember seeing them outside banks in their youth, or hearing about the dramatic robbery attempts they survived. Some Estafet armoured vans were fitted with a siren and a red beacon light, allowing them to get priority through traffic jams. A rare privilege for cash vans at the time. Number 5. In post-course America, cash and valuables were moving faster than ever, thanks to booming banks, rising retail, and growing cities. And the Chevrolet 3100 panel truck, originally a delivery workhorse, quickly became a favorite base for armored cash transport conversions in the 1950s. The Chevrolet 3100 was part of the Advanced Design series, 1947 to 1955. America's first all-new truck line after World War II. Known for its rounded fenders, strong grille, and bullnose look, the 3100 panel version offered enclosed cargo space, ideal for carrying sensitive goods or cash. Why it became an armoured truck. The 3010's sturdy ladder frame could handle extra weight when reinforced with armour. Its 216 cubic inch straight-six engine, and later 235 cubic inches, provided enough power to carry heavy loads, including steel plating and bulletproof glass. The large cargo bay was perfect for installing secure compartments, cash vaults, and even primitive air conditioning for the crew. Armour plating, 1/4-inch steel panels welded inside doors and body walls, bullet-resistant glass, multi-layered safety glass that could stop small arms fire, heavy-duty suspension, leaf springs upgraded to handle the extra weight gun ports. Some models had small side hatches for guards to defend against robbers. Locking systems, mechanical deadbolts and alarm triggers were added. Brinks and Loomis, leading armoured car companies in the US. Local banks in Midwest cities like Chicago and St. Louis often leased these Chevy trucks for secure cash transfers. Retail chains used them for moving daily earnings between stores and banks. In 1957, outside a department store in Detroit, a Chevy 3100 armoured truck was ambushed by a four-man gang. Armed with sawed-off shotguns, they sprayed the vehicle with buckshot, But the steel armor held up, and the crew managed to reverse the truck to safety. This incident was widely reported and actually boosted sales for armored conversions based on the Chevy platform. By the late 1960s, these armored 3100 trucks were replaced by larger and more powerful vans and trucks, such as the Chevrolet Step Van and International Harvester Metro. The 3010's relatively small engine and limited payload capacity became its limiting factor as security needs grew. Today, original armored Chevrolet 3100 panel trucks are extremely rare. A few appear at classic car shows, heavily restored with shiny paint. But their bullet-scarred past makes them a special sight. Collectors value these vehicles as symbols of America's mid-century boom and the gritty world of armored transport. Some restored. Armored 3010s have been used in movies set in the 1950s, such as crime dramas and heist films, because of their authentic look and tough vibe.
Number 4. After World War II, America saw a surge in banks, shopping centers, and cash-heavy businesses. The need for secure money transport grew, and the tough, reliable Chevy 3100 panel truck became a natural choice to be converted into an armored carrier. Built on Chevrolet's sturdy, advanced design chassis, the most popular truck series of its time, it had a reputation for being both strong and serviceable. Armor plating. Up to 1/4-inch thick steel panels were added inside doors, floors, and sidewalls. Bullet-resistant glass, multi-layered glass could resist. Caliber rounds and even small shotgun blasts. Gun ports. Small sliding openings allowed guards to fire back if under attack. Reinforced suspension. Heavy-duty springs and axles were needed to carry the added armor weight. Cash vaults, custom compartments inside, often with multiple locks to store currency and valuables. In 1957, a Chevy 3100 armored truck was attacked in Detroit. Criminals shot at the vehicle with shotguns and handguns but couldn't breach its armor. These incidents became urban legends and even boosted public trust in such trucks. Armored transport giants like Brinks and Loomis heavily deployed these Chevys in the 50s. Smaller banks and retailers also used locally converted models. Some were operated by postal services to move large sums and important parcels. The Chevrolet 3100 armored truck has appeared in period films about 1950s, bank heists, and armored car robberies. Its distinctive round front panel and boxy rear make it instantly recognizable. Engine: 216 or 235 cubic inch inline 6 horsepower, around 92 to 112 horsepower stock before conversion payload before armor, approximately 1,500 pounds, but armored versions carried much more top speed. Reduced after armoring, but usually maxed out at 45 to 50 miles per hour for safety. The weight of armor stressed the engine and brakes. Limited speed and maneuverability made them vulnerable to well-coordinated attacks. Heat buildup inside the armored cabin was a major problem before modern air conditioning. Very few armored 3010s survive today. Most were scrapped after service due to their hard life. Restored examples sell for high prices among collectors specializing in police, military, and security vehicles. Museums sometimes display them as symbols of 1950s crime-fighting technology.
Number 3. Germany's economic boom and the need for security. During the 1960s, West Germany experienced rapid economic growth, known as the Wirtschaftswunder, economic miracle. With booming banks, post offices, and retail chains, there was a huge need to securely transport cash and valuables across cities. That's where the beloved VW T2 van, nicknamed the Bay Window Bus, got a secret armored makeover, armor plating. Steel plates were added under the panels, doors, and roof, while trying to keep the van's weight manageable. Bullet-resistant glass. Special multi-layered glass could stop small-caliber rounds, ideal for urban cash delivery threats. Secure compartments. Inside, reinforced vaults were installed to carry money bags, gold, or sensitive mail. Discreet design. On the outside, it still looked mostly like a normal VW bus, perfect for avoiding attention during cash runs. German banks, especially Sparkasse and Volksbank branches, hired security firms to operate these armoured vans. Deutsche Bundespost, the German postal service, used them for transporting cash, valuable letters, and bonds. In some cases, airport security used armoured T2s to move currency between terminals and planes. In 1968, a failed robbery attempt on an armoured T2 near Frankfurt ended with bullets bouncing off the van's side panel, causing only minor damage. Because of their stealthy appearance, many criminals underestimated these vans. Unlike American armoured trucks, the VW T2 armoured vans rarely appeared in movies. But vintage photos from German archives show them during cash transport missions, often with uniformed guards. Engine: rear-mounted air-cooled flat 4. 1.6 litres producing around 47 horsepower top speed. Around 65 miles per hour, but slower when armoured. Load capacity: standard approximately 1,500 pounds, but armoured versions pushed beyond that, requiring reinforced suspension. Armoured versions were heavy and underpowered due to the small engine, vulnerable to larger weapons, rifles or explosives. Heat inside the armoured cabin was difficult to control without advanced ventilation. Authentic armoured T2 vans are extremely rare today. Most were retired and scrapped in the 80s and 90s. Collectors in Germany and Europe seek them out, and a restored armoured T2 can fetch a premium at auctions. Number 2. In post-war Britain, cash was king, and armoured vehicles became essential for banks, post offices, and payroll services. The Austin J2, a mid-size commercial van introduced in the late 1950s, became a favourite for armoured conversions. Known for its compact size and good handling on narrow British streets, the J2 became the go-to choice for discreet cash transport. Steel armour panels hidden under regular bodywork, making the van look like an ordinary delivery vehicle. But bullet-resistant. Bulletproof glass, small, thick, and heavy windows provided protection against handguns and small arms. Secure cash vault inside the cargo area, steel-lined compartments or safes protected coins, banknotes and payrolls. Double locking doors. Extra security mechanisms to prevent hijackings during stops. British banks like Barclays and Lloyds for moving cash between branches. The Post Office Savings Bank used armoured J2s for transferring postal orders and treasury bonds. Large factories and mining companies employed them to deliver weekly payrolls to remote workers, often in cash. In 1967, a payroll van near Birmingham was attacked. But the J2's armour withstood the assault, and the robbers fled. Smaller gangs often underestimated these vans because of their modest appearance. While never famous in films, the Austin J2 has appeared in British TV series set in the 60s and 70s as the bank van or payroll van. Their stealth look made them ideal for roles in crime dramas and heist scenes. Engine: 1.5 litre B-Series inline 4, around 50 horsepower. Top speed: about 65 miles per hour. Slower when armoured load capacity. Standard around 15 C2 hundredweight, but armoured versions handled more due to reinforced suspension. The added weight made them sluggish, especially on hills. Vulnerable to heavy weapons, rifles, explosives. Limited air circulation in the armoured cabin. common in older designs. Genuine armoured J2 vans are incredibly rare. Most were scrapped after retirement. British vehicle enthusiasts sometimes recreate them from regular J2 vans, but an original armoured model is a collector's dream. Number 1. United States post-war. America needed protection. After World War II, cash transportation and valuables delivery exploded in the US economy. Armoured vehicles became crucial, and the International Harvester Metro van quickly became a top choice for conversion. Originally designed as a delivery van, its strong steel body and boxy shape made it ideal for bulletproofing. Heavy steel plating, reinforced all around to resist small arms fire and smash and grab attacks. Bulletproof glass. Thick, multi-layered glass, resistant to handguns and low-powered rifles. Secure rear vault, equipped with double safes for cash, payrolls and jewelry shipments. Gun ports. Some versions had small ports for guards to return fire. Rare but real. Reinforced axles and suspension. To carry the extra weight of armour, which could add over 2,000 pounds. Brinks and Loomis, America's top armoured transport companies, ran fleets of Metro armoured vans. Federal Reserve shipments of coins and cash often travelled in these. Jewelry district deliveries in cities like New York and Chicago trusted the Metro. In 1958, a Metro armoured van in Chicago was ambushed during a payroll delivery, but attackers failed to breach the van's doors. These vans helped thwart multiple attempted robberies in the 50s and 60s, earning them a fearsome reputation among would-be criminals. Engine: International Harvester inline 6, ranging from 3.6 litres to 4.3 litres. Horsepower: about 90 to 120 horsepower. Top speed: 50 to 60 miles per hour, lower with armour. Load: capacity: 1.5 to 2 tons. Unlike modern armoured trucks that scream valuable cargo, the Metro kept a delivery van look. This stealth helped avoid unwanted attention during routes. Genuine armoured Metro vans are rare collector's items. Restored models show up at car shows, and custom builders sometimes recreate them. The unique blend of retro style plus armoured history makes them sought after among van enthusiasts.